morning. What is going on? Welcome into the channel. My name is Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to look at the energy for today. So let's get into it. Welcome, welcome. I hope things are going well for you. Tensions are a little heightened right now when I'm recording. As my disclaimer, these are always timeless readings. So whenever you find them, as long as the message resonates, use your discernment, take what fits, leave the rest behind, that whole shebang. I also do personal readings. I do energy healings, wellness consultations, astrology, all that stuff. So if you're interested in something more specific to your situation, definitely hit me up. These are collective readings, so the energies are going to be general. When I'm recording this, we're at the tail end of Leo season, and there's a lot of energies competing in competition. We can feel the stress, we can feel the tension, and it's playing out, obviously, in the collective and creating just tension. It's not the worst, it's not like this chaos, crazy chaos, but it's enough to be annoying. It's enough to be frustrating and uncomfortable. Really exercising that value of patience. So that's why we'll start off with this energy cleansing. I like to do it before all of my readings, just to set the tone, set the vibe, help cleanse out any unwanted energy, lower vibrations, etc., and help allow us to be open to receiving the messages needed. It's a really good time to ask or set your own intention, right? Ask for your own answers, guidance, direction. Definitely give that to spirit and be open to receive, and we will get into it. Let's see if he wants to light today. Do you want to or not? All right. Well, he's going to take a minute, apparently, which is okay. See? It's a perfect example of what I was just saying. I would like it to light faster. However, it's not happening. There has been a lot of like that, like the stop go. You feel like you're starting to get some movement, and then it stops, and then it shuts down. So there's a lot of testing of patience, 100%. How we're going to handle ourselves, where we're going to put our attention, our energy when those things pop up. Are we going to resort back to patterns that just don't really serve us, responses, ways of showing up for ourselves? Or are we going to actually challenge ourselves to be better, to move forward, to refine and grow and evolve? I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is blocking the highest and best from coming through. Fear, doubt, uncertainty, lack of worth, lack of value, anger, pain, frustration, impatience. Cleanse it from our being. Help us to see and understand the messages clearly, and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love. All right, so tensions, right? We know certain things are coming to head, but it's a little tricky to deal with. I'm hearing for some of these situations, there are deeper connections, people that we would say we love or once loved, and some of this stuff is needing to be worked through. We have 4 planets in retrograde right now: Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. So retrogrades always highlight the stuff that we're not dealing with, the stuff that we kind of swept under the rug, put on the back burner. Whatever it is, however that comes through. It might be we constantly get reminders or are thinking about this thing, or situations keep popping up to challenge us in order to shift our perspective, to change our approach. The moon is in Pisces today. We got this card so many stinking times yesterday. It was hilarious, like 3 times in a row. So thank you. New beginnings are on the horizon. But the moon is in Pisces, and Neptune is in opposition. So it's tensely aspected to the vertex point. That is some of that resistance where we know certain things are coming to head. It's all kind of like playing out in this very, we get a little of the old, we get a little of the new. So we're not necessarily still in one cycle or still in the other. It's called that liminal space. It's the in-between. One foot's in one world, another foot's in another. And we get these feelings of like hope and excitement about what's on the horizon just to get pulled back into more bullshit. Wah, wah. Not to be a Debbie Downer. Not at all. But it's that value that like, it gets exciting and then it's like, oh, this again. Or just even those smaller frustrations like the sage not lighting or traffic taking forever or something, everything in your day not working out, constantly hitting obstacles. Those things mount and they build up right now. The more we can invest in our self-love, self-care, obviously this is important to me. I think this is one of the best ways we can be the best version of ourselves is through how we take care of ourselves. I'm saying this as well because Venus is in Virgo right now, and Virgo energy really deals with our health and wellness. So the more we can invest into that, the easier it's going to be to navigate the annoying things, to navigate the things that we really don't want to handle, but we have to, unfortunately. Putting love, care into who we are. And I think that's, I love Ayurveda because it's very much about the science of life, how to live in a way that honors your body, your mind, your soul. And there are practices we can do, like our daily routine, exercise, eating the right things, having that balance of activity and rest that allow us to be the strongest version of ourselves. Definitely look into Ayurveda. If you don't know much about it, beautiful. I love that love card. It is our overarching energy today. So investing, right? I was saying this in the very beginning, investing in the things that we love, that we're passionate about, those excitements. Yes, things are still popping up. Things are still getting cleared out from the past. At the same time, where we put our intention, that enlivens, that grows. So if we're going to constantly be like, oh my gosh, this sucks, and I'm so annoyed, so frustrated, we're going to get more of those examples or those situations that really frustrate us. Because, here's the thing, on the other side of it, things are starting to pay off or they're starting to move, right? Like where we've seen barriers, blocks, things are starting to give way. And as much as maybe the past, someone's like badly honking at someone outside. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but it just reminds me, it's like, get out of my way. Like we've been in this stagnancy period or limitation where, like I was saying, we're not getting the movement that we want to see. Page of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. So really sticking to what your heart wants, honoring that mind, body, soul, etc. Right? From a very practical position. You might I'm hearing that something's coming up that you're actually worried about. You're worried about. You don't want to deal with this thing again. It feels very frustrating and annoying. It feels like something you shouldn't have to deal with again. And yet here it is. It's presented itself. I feel like this is actually bringing about a lot of good results in the end. I feel like part of you going through this is going to test what you've learned. We've been seeing that a lot in the energy lately. It's coming from someone or something that's just not on the same page as you, that does not agree with you, that wants a different outcome, that wants an outcome of their own choosing. There is some level of anger and frustration coming towards you today because it's not what someone or something wants. I feel like I'm hearing like someone challenged you and now you're meeting the challenge and they're offended. It's like they're offended about that. Now they have to actually be honest and realistic around what things are. Before it was easier for them because they could dictate and they could control, blame, project. And now it's like, okay, well, here I'm doing all this stuff and you're still screaming and yelling at me. You're still being an a-hole. You're still making things difficult. Like, they're not holding up their end is what I hear. You're over it. You're over it. You've been down this road multiple times. There is still something that you're not listening to yourself around. Heart chakra, the Hermit. The Hermit is Virgo energy, and this is what's being blocked. This is kind of what we have to enliven in our life right now. So being really mindful about what our heart, our mind, our soul is saying in an authentic way. Understanding that like there's always a way to work out what you want. Especially if it's like of, higher value. As long as you're not like trying to be mean and horrible to someone else, which does work out too, unfortunately. But there's a level of beauty and effortlessness and synchronicity that happens when we are in this space of honoring our heart, right, is what I'm getting to. But Hermit energy talks about like fear and hesitancy, really wanting to like scrutinize every nook and cranny, every detail. Okay, yeah, I think it has its place, but I think at the same time, Spirit's like, you already know, it's almost like we can't refine until there's nothing left. You keep getting better, and something's just not working. It's just not working is ultimately what I'm getting to. There's a lot of immaturity around this energy. Like I said, someone doesn't like how something is moving, but it is making them eat their own words. It's making them really kind of reevaluate. And well, unfortunately for them, like have to look at themselves, right? There is a little more stress involved for them. Not as much for you. For you, it's more annoyance, right? For you, it's a little just more like I'm inconvenienced right now. But you're still plugging away. There's a lot of emotions right now. Moon is in Pisces, like I was saying before. And so there's a lot of emotions around what they did to us, what we did to them. Everyone's in their feels. Blaming, projecting, not taking accountability, not taking responsibility. And that's also why Spirit is asking you to open your eyes. You don't have to evaluate. You have enough information to say, this is what it is. This is the pattern present in this dynamic. And now it's starting to become your responsibility what you do with it. Like if you're sticking around with someone or something that is being immature, is being defensive, is difficult to deal with, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's like what the expectation of what you're going to get is. Spirit wants you to align with your heart, right? We get love and we get the heart chakra. So it's like our heart chakra is blocked, but the love is what we're going to. And I love that it is paired with the magician. I don't know, what is that? Well, Mercury's in retrograde, so I apologize for my speech. Oh my goodness. the Magician, you're showing, I have the power to cultivate this and to make this happen. Like I said, part of it, yeah, like take care of yourself still. Take time, energy to relax, rest, restore where you need to, but also make sure that you're being proactive. Certain ties are harder to cut or eliminate in our life, so also take that into consideration. Don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. There also is this element of like pulling at your heartstrings. I feel like as you make peace with this situation and are a little bit more honest about what it actually is, there are these kind of poisonous elements. This is the 5 of Cups, and 5 of Cups is, you know, when we're disappointed about how the past went, shoulda, woulda, coulda, and we're focusing on the past. We're letting that disappointment cloud our judgment, our perception of the good. And I like how it is in this deck because it's cyanide pills. It's morphine. And, well, I don't know what, passion tincture. So it's tempering those forces, right? Like, yes, I think it's important to grieve 100%, but don't get lost in that grief. And the Hermit energy can be showing up as some of that for you. It could be you. It could be disappointment. Also, take into account energetic exchange. It's not your fault, but I feel like someone's like fixating very heavily on this. So you're able to pick that up. But it's not your responsibility. I mean, that's what I keep seeing. It's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility to make someone else feel better or to do the work for them. Actually, that really disempowers them. And it disempowers yourself. Even if you get the control, the power monetarily, or momentarily. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. It only lasts for so long, basically. Yeah. So pushing towards that healing and not being afraid. And I'm hearing this as healing within the wish fulfillment. Healing in the way that you're excited about, that feels like it is in alignment with you, that it makes your soul sing, right? The things in life that make you going after those aspirations. And we've been seeing how so many people, situations have been trying to pull us back, trying to hold us down. And what's at the end of all of this? Well, wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups, and the Dharma card, which is this really powerful alignment of who you are, right? It is when our mind, body, soul connect. And that's a really hard thing to do in modern day. We have a lot of stressors. We have a lot of pressure to do, to be, to sustain, etc. And it's very hard to find what we love, with all those expectations. And as I'm saying this, I'm hearing that some of this past energy is feeling really pressured to do something about it. Let's see. I know. Well, I'll actually use this deck because I like this. I love all these decks, honestly. I love decks, period. Okay, let's see how. I want to see this energy. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, I wanted to clarify just on this past energy what the expectations are. Okay. So it's like if I give you a little bit of something, it does feel like a breadcrumbing energy. Yep. Okay, so I'm seeing like it's like a breadcrumbing energy. If I give you a little bit of this right now, then you will do X, Y, and Z for me now and down the road. Be mindful. I mean, like I said in the very beginning, I feel like you're seeing a lot of this clearly. I think you know what it is. It is more annoyance and frustration. Also that value of being able to put your money where your mouth is, right? Claim the things that you want. And you have so much beautiful energy at your feet that's saying like, here, you can have the gift of what you want. It's actually right in front of you. It has been like in our environment so heavily over these past few weeks. Yes, we're in retrograde, so it's kind of sticky if we want to start something new, but it's good to continue to engage with that energy. It's good to continue to engage with the energy of where your wish fulfillment is, whether it's finding a new job, making more money, love, partnership, family, community, hobbies, whatever that looks like for you, whatever you're looking to invest in. It feels very, very new. It feels like a new way of showing up, a new way of doing things that you're trying out. Life is about experience, and you want a new experience, but the past wants you to not have that experience. And you're seeing the dichotomy between the two. If I stay in this space, if I continue to do this, this is what it looks like. That's ultimately what the cards are saying today. Like, if this is what you choose, this is what it will be. And not in a rude way against yourself, but don't get those expectations twisted. Don't get it twisted, right? Because you have something that is asking you to come back or to re-engage after a period of separation, or you have the option to go with your heart, to go with what you're actually excited and passionate about. And like I said, sometimes those are hard decisions to make. Yeah, we all want to think, oh, of course I'm doing what I love, or I'm with who I love, or, but it's like when we're constantly in the shit show, we're dealing with all this immaturity, and it only makes things harder. We got to look at that. So I hope this reading helped. Thank you always for your time and energy. I really appreciate you. Drop comments below if it resonated. Sorry, I don't know what's up, but drop comments below if it resonated. If you want to connect, I would love to just share in blessings, love, and support. Thank you for all you bring to the channel. I super appreciate you. I'm sending all the love and blessings your way.